Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we are here with Gibbs Quay Marine to have a look at this brand new to the UK Schaefer 303. Beautiful massive bathing platform, but we'll come back to that in a moment. So I just wanted to have a quick look at the foredeck. The other thing which is quite nice is this whole radar arch section here folds backwards. So if you're limited to bridge access, as I am with my boat in Gibbs Quay, it means you don't need to worry about the state of the tide. Obviously you might do from depth, but for height you can cruise in and out, folding that right the way down. And again, if you're going up rivers or canals or estuaries, similar thing. So while we're outside, we're going to have a quick look at the foredeck. First thing I wanted to show you is beautiful stainless steel anchor, which is quite nice. So it's clean, keeps the anchor out of the way on the foredeck. Switches to operate the anchor, obviously forward cleats, and underneath there we have the anchor locker. And she comes with, as you can see, escape hatch and ventilation for the fore cabin, and then a full set of sun cushions for the foredeck. You'll also notice there are no side decks. Now the reason behind this is it does give you a lot more interior volume, particularly in the cockpit, because you're not having to have side decks that eat into the interior space. But again, it's quite nice on a smaller boat, because you can gain access to the middle of the windscreen. So you climb up a couple of steps, this window section folds over and gives you full access to the foredeck. Obviously on a smaller boat, if you do have side decks, you have very narrow side decks, which makes it quite hard to clamber up. So this is a really good win. The other thing which is quite nice and often gets forgotten with no side deck is you've still got a midships cleat. Comes with full canopy, and we're in the tonneau position, as you can see at the moment. So we go back and start on the sort of swim platform, very large swim platform. You can see over the far side is a ladder, so you get yourself in and out of the water. This entire sun pad here lifts up and slides back out, so it gives you even larger sunbathing area. So you can see down the side here, just underneath this sign, we have access to our battery switches and shore power. Diesel filler over here, wastewater pump out down there, and hidden down the back here is a little swim shower. So really nice place to sit when you're going along and watch the wake out the back. This particular variant comes with a Volvo Penta D4 300, so that's going to give you a decent turn of speed. Just stop here for a minute and look at that incredible cockpit space. So we go in quite logically, as you would imagine. All of this, you can put a table in here. So this is a very large open plan dining area. Little galley over the side here. You can see at the moment we have this cover set up as a bimini, but you can zip in the sides all the way around, right the way around, pop it in front of the windscreen and get full all-weather protection. But let's just head back down here for a moment. So because we're in the galley area, there's a cupboard here you can see quite nicely with all your glasses in. And there's a little storage bin over here for bits and pieces. Popping carpets, but underneath there you've got the non-slip deck. Again, we're in boat show mode, so I'm not going to lift this up because it's full of bits and pieces, but the engine bay is under there. And then there's storage all the way around here. But really nice the way they finished these diamond stitched seats. And on the port side we have the galley, ceramic hob, sink here, nice stainless sink with a mixer tap, and then down here, as you would expect, isotherm fridge. But nice grab rails the whole way around, so wherever you are on the boat it's really nice. There's somewhere easy to grab hold and steady yourself, because as they say, one hand for yourself, one hand for the boat. Lovely shades along there, so you can sit there again, because potentially you could still ski with this boat, but sit there and watch the world speed past you. One step up here, which I'm assuming is to give room for a berth underneath, takes you up to the helm station. Take a seat over here for a moment. Pop a long pop-up bolster, so that whole thing folds down to give you a full seat, or pops up as it is now to give you the bolster, so you can basically lean yourself against it. Bit of storage down here, speaker, fuel switch, fire extinguisher system, Marine, Single engine, so single throttle and shifter, and then you have two Axiom 9s, I think they might be Axiom 12s screens here, and then the Volvo Penta engine control, usual array of carling switches, and bow thruster over here with the switches for starboard and port rather than the joystick. Trim tabs, beautiful Schaefer steering wheel, and then as you can see down here, little footrest down there, and then over the side here you can see the steps that we spoke about that take you up and through that forward windscreen to the foredeck. Just a really nice finish. So a quick look down below. So as you can see here, pretty standard V berth. That logically infills to give you a double berth as well. There's some cabinetry and storage down the side here. And on the starboard side over there is the heads, but let's go and have a look down below. The one thing to note when you get down here is there is actually surprisingly good headroom for a relatively small boat. If we take a step forward, you can see there's the fore hatch that we looked at, and then a little bit of cabinetry and storage down the sides here. Again, really nicely finished with this painted grey surface. So that's on both sides. On the starboard side here we have the Fusion stereo, and then there's all the trip switches, little fan which is quite nice. I would suspect, yeah, there you go, storage under the seats. You'll notice down here there's some more switches, more switch gear, big hull windows, and the little opening port vent here so you can get some light and fresh air through. And underneath the steps is a full-size double berth, but really light and really airy and really open. You can see because of the way underneath the sun lounge on the foredeck here, on the cockpit, sorry, gives you headroom up there, and then hull windows both ends, so an incredible amount of space. Very light, very open in here for a 30-foot boat. A turn around to starboard takes us into the heads. You can imagine conventional loo, a little bit of storage in here, sink, window there for ventilation. You can see there it's pull-out shower, little mirror in there, and a clever little folding door they cut out to fit the loo. So that is the fore cabin. If I then take a couple of steps back and look at it like that, it might be too bright with the sun coming in, but you can give an idea of the light and the ventilation, the general feel of a bigger boat than this is for the size. Really impressive. So there you go. That is a Schaefer 303. Let's just head back out on deck. Have another quick look at that opening space. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, do please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time round. Thanks for watching.